It was Mark Poulton that packaged it. Mark is fired. Tell Mark I'm mad.
Yeah, this is primetime Poulton. Keep it entertaining. You already know when outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Fighting Wolf, U.S. Assassin, doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not fronting. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton. Let's go.
Yo, let me tell you about the scene that's poppin'. Haunted Pizza got the heat, there ain't no stopping. Berserk Poulton in the game, he's the big boss, creating worlds while the haters just take a loss. With Mike and Enrico, we're bringing the flame. Dexter and Yoon, it's a powerful name. Haunted Pizza, we're the kings of the scene, making comics, living dreams. Know what I mean? While they cry on YouTube, we stacking our green. Moving up, we're the masters, if you know what I mean. Graveyard Shift, rising U.S. assassins flow. Viking Wolf howling, making profits grow. Sea Dog cruising waves, riding pain hit. Gun Goth in the mix, watch our legends commit. Lil Body cheering, he's our biggest fan. We're rising to the top, ain't no haters in this plan. Haunted Pizza, we're the kings of the scene, making comics, living dreams. Know what I mean? While they cry on YouTube, we stacking our green. Moving up, we're the masters, if you know what I mean. From the ink to the page, we keep it real. Haunted Pizza, it's the ultimate deal. From the shadows of the city, we rise and we grind. Haunted Pizza's the name, leave the haters behind. With Mark at the helm, yeah, he's leading the way. Designing each panel, turning night into day. Making comics for the dreamers, gotta keep it alive. While the skeptics dwell in darkness, we're destined to thrive. Haunted Pizza, we're the kings of the game. All the haters cry on YouTube, we're cruising to fame. Without stories in the sky, rising like a slumber. Living for the hustle, we're a force, we won't cower. Enrico draws the grid, Dexter brings the fire. Use colors, light it up, pushing higher and higher. Lil Bodies in the mix, cheering loud, feel the hype. Every comic we drop, they know we ain't on type. Graveyard Shift, in the spotlight, U.S. assassins the move. We're stacking up the paper, nothing left to prove. Pulse and break, the status quo, we should violate. Kiss the pain and then get amplified. While we're staring every short and loud bout. With our running, we scrubby on a new right fight. We first shit this king of pop, rising like success if you mind. It's getting up a cave here in the microphone. Haunted Pizza, legends carved in time. We made it, we own it, we're in our prime. In the shadows lurks a tale of dread, where love meets blood and the living dead. Sean Payne, a hunter with a heart torn, chasing whispers of a child lost forlorn. A burden he bears, a line crossed to fight. In the darkness he seeks the light. Writhe and pain where shadows entwine. A family fractured, but love will combine. Through horror and fire they'll break the chains. In the heart of Vineland where nothing remains. The tome of black whispers spells of sin, crafting portals to let the fiends in. His daughter Grace, a witch unafraid. In the chaos of love, her magic was made. Together they'll rise, witch and man, to reclaim the night, to make their stand. Writhe and pain where shadows entwine. A family fractured, but love will combine.
In the shadows we rise, with honor in our eyes. American Ninja X, where the fearless never dies. U.S. assassin, on the front lines we stand. Guardians of freedom, together hand in hand. Side by side we'll fight, our spirits never break. American Ninja X, hear the battle cry. U.S. assassin, we will always fly high. Together we rise, we shine like the sun. In the name of justice.
American Ninja X,
U.S. assassin,
the meanest,
the coolest.
AMNX action figures, collect them all.
Gigi Diaz in her black leather lace, with piercings that shine, she's embracing the space. Raised in the chaos, an army brat's might. Now wielding her weapons, she's ready to fight. Through the dark wood shadows in the night, Noxus biotech unleashing their flight. Gun Goth, she's the shadow in the storm. Fighting for freedom, she'll break every norm. From the depths of the lab, the walls will fall.
What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. It's the Moral Compass, the Fulfillment King, and welcome to Haunted Pizza Horror Movie Club, episode 102. Today we're talking Popeye's Revenge, and I can't believe I fired up a stream and I'm instantly attacked for my choice in movies. What's going on here? Let me bring in someone. Maybe he has the answers. Where is he?
Extra weeks, The secret weapon in the game with a pencil in his hand. He's carving out his name. Hawaiian heat. The bad man with the ink. Drawing worlds where heroes clash and villains sink. Haunted Pieces pride, he's the one we need. Making magic on the page, planting every seed. Batman with the...
Let's welcome Dexter Weeks to the show.
What up, Mark Poulton?
What's going on here?
I don't know, man. You're getting attacked, brother.
A mutiny going on in the chat. Apparently not fans of Popeye's Revenge. I don't understand it, Dex.
Is it part of the Poonaverse or whatever?
It's not. It should be, though. It looks like it should be part of it, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure. So
low budget Australian horror.
Okay. I'll have to talk about it. So
we'll have to talk about it. First, let's bring in one of our other co-hosts. You guys know him, you love him.
He's the king, the ruler of this art scene. Mark Hume's the name, living the dream. With every punch, he's raising the bar. In a world of art, he's the brightest star.
Let's welcome Mark Yoon to the show. What's up, Mark?
the universe.
Yo, what is up?
You got to be on your best behavior. Amanda B's daughter is listening, Mark.
I'll do what I do.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Poor you, man. Poor you.
How's everyone doing this rainy New Jersey
after
weekend?
Stormy afternoon. You know, I was just hoping my internet or my power wouldn't go off, you know.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, my lawnmower broke today, so I'm kind of pissed about that.
Oh my gosh, it's going around. Mine stopped working Friday. I finished my yard with a weed whacker because I couldn't leave it.
I just got mad because I do mine and I do my neighbor's because she's elderly, but she doesn't keep up with her lawn, so there's like rocks all over the place. And this is the second lawnmower I've gone through in 2 years from doing her lawn, and they're not cheap. Like I buy those electric Ryobi lawnmowers, and they're like $600, and I got to buy another one, so I'm kind of pressed.
Yeah,
because Home Depot, Home Depot's. Well, I do her like weeding and like I cut down her trees with chainsaws and everything, and then like all her stuff's just a mess. And then like she's got like 2 fat grandsons that live with her and don't do anything except smoke weed all day. So, and they're both like in their like 30s. So,
I need you as my neighbor. I'm getting too old to be doing my lawn anymore. So
your lawn's nice though. You only got like a few trees in there, and they're not that imposing. They're like pretty. They're nice for shade. You don't have a lot of stuff going on back there. You got the pool,
true,
and the shed. But yeah, hers is like a mess. So her fence is falling down from the same hurricane that took mine down a few years ago because she's my next door neighbor. And there's woods behind her house. So all of the trees and foliage is like forcing the fence down and coming over through it. And there's wild cats that run up and down in there and stuff. So I'm constantly like cleaning it. And it's like, oh man. I told her last time, I literally told her, I was like, Sue, you got to get your fat ass grandsons out there to do some yard work because like I'm getting tired of like busting my ass for it.
Amanda's watching. Watch it now, man.
Well, I'm sure her daughter knows what a fat ass is. Like she lives in America. It's like 80% of the population.
Wow.
She'll be fine.
You fired up on this Sunday.
I have to buy a new lawnmower.
Guys, go back Gun Goth so you can get a new lawnmower.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I saw a YouTube video. It was like, oh, well, maybe just the blade is like uneven or something. And they're like, oh, so just do this lug nut. It's literally the only size lug nut I didn't have in my toolbox.
They do that on purpose.
Then they're like, oh, well, they can do that, but it could also be wiring. So I'm like, knowing my luck, I'm going to go in there and open up, and it's electric, so I don't want to mess with anything because of the discharge and stuff. So,
yeah. My heart goes out to you, Mark Yoon.
Tell him, Mark, we got to back Gun Goth. So we can get
back Gun Goth. Let's get you a new lawnmower.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please and thank you.
Let's check in the chat. I don't know what's going on. First in the chat. Schemes and Scams, Amanda B. She says, I know it's TMC's channel, but he needs to be put on PIC suspension for a month. I see that, and I think I need to double down. I'll tell you what you like. I kid. Although Enrico's not here, so who picks? Do we just move to Dexter? Do we let the chat pick?
I say Dex because he already has picks like lined out that he put in our chat. So
got a few, so it doesn't matter.
Well, can
I go Jane Dex. That's what would be my choice of your picks.
I don't even know what Dex's picks are. Dex, could you?
I did.
To me in the private chat.
Not in the private. I don't. Yeah, I guess is that the private chat?
No, it's in our group chat.
No, yeah, I can't go through all that. Can you just click on the side where it says private chat here in StreamYard and tell me what they are?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
We got Mark Yoon pulling double duty. Penguin says my previous post disappeared. Schemes and scams. Apparently, YouTube wanted me to see Amanda B's comment right out the gate, and it really upset me. Let's give Popeye a chance, guys. Come on. There's 3 Popeye horror movies out.
I wasn't sure that was the right one when I picked it.
It's the only one Tubi has.
Yeah, that's
I think.
Yeah.
There's also Popeye the Slayer and Shiver Me Timbers. We gotta find them.
The biggest thing that like I hate about all these like movies that are coming from copyright free stuff is like, or public label, whatever, is they're just like not the characters. It's just like it's like a skin. It's like you're playing Fortnite and you're like with Venom with like a gun. It's like it's just not Venom. It might look like Venom, but it's not Venom. You know what I mean? It's like I know they have to like toe the line because of what they can and can't like do or show because of like what's actually copyright free and what's not. But it's just like the ideas are just so lame, and then like they just stick a skin of a character on there, and it's very disappointing.
We'll get into it. There seems to be a formula for these intellectual properties.
These non-intellectual properties.
Penguin says when a group of counselors attempt to renovate an old house into a summer camp, they are haunted by the legend of Popeye. Ooh, sounds great. Penguin says Gun Goth is live with 13 covers. She is the hot topic. Guys, only 15 days left. Make sure you grab your copy. It's available on Indiegogo, available on Kickstarter. Also, Mark wants you to know the official Crow art book coming soon to Kickstarter by a piece by our very own Dexter, Hawaiian Heat Weeks.
Yes.
Go sign up so you can be notified of its launch. That's going to be a killer art book. Yeah. Also, here's some big news. Writhe in Pain Volume 2 just unlocked a sexy free print by Corey Barton. We just passed $20,000. So thank you to everyone who has backed Writhe in Pain Part 2. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you. Dexter Weeks saying hello to everyone in the chat. Amanda B says, hey, Yoon, I'm going to be listening with my daughter in the car. Try to keep it PG-13. I think he's safe so far. You know, fat ass, that passes PG-13.
Yeah, there are things that I want to say, like about especially the first opening scenes, but I'll try to keep it like we'll do like PG.
You can't censor
from, like
Yoon. You can't.
We'll do PG from before they had a PG-13, where it was like it could be R, and you're just not sure. It's like we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Schemes and scams, indeed. Yep. Amanda B waiting on her groceries. Amanda wants to know, when did this song come into the intro? Where have you been, Amanda? It's that's been in the intro for a while. I know. I guess you tune in late all the time. I'm sort of missing that Froggy Fresh intro, though.
Yeah,
I might have to bring that back. Nicholas Gear says, howdy, folks. Be back in 45 minutes after all the credits and musical numbers. This guy.
Yeah, he's not a fan, I guess.
Someone kick this guy. Come on.
Not a fan.
Yep, that's right. I'm going to let Dex pick, but just remember, next time I might do a whole month's worth of picks.
Just do the whole Pooh verse or whatever.
We'll get Winnie the Pooh. We'll get Mickey Mouse Trap.
Was the one with Neverland, I think, is part of it.
The Neverland Nightmare.
Yeah.
Sounds like Michael Jackson
Yeah.
documentary.
Jeez, he was a documentary on him.
PG-13, fellas. PG-13.
Hashtag creepy calzone. You were skirting with pumpkin level of cringe. Come on, Popeye's Revenge, pumpkins level. Penguin is agreeing this movie sucked.
Wow, ice pick.
Maromi wants to know if Amanda watched it. Unfortunately, Maromi, I should have known better. Come on.
I mean, everyone can't be a masterpiece, Mark.
I mean, was it that bad?
It was pretty bad. I think we've seen stuff that I liked way worse, but
Dexter Weeks, I am what I am. That's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. I'm strong to the finish because I eats me spinach. None of that in the movie, by the way.
Well, they did do some of the stuff that we thought they weren't going to do, to be fair, but they just skirted around it by not using last names and having labels on cans and whatnot.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I was waiting.
Yeah.
The way Dexter is laughing at me is he didn't even watch that movie.
I did watch it.
Good on you, Dex. I watched a great horror movie today. It was fantastic. It wasn't Popeye's Revenge. I watched that a month ago. I watched Clown in a Cornfield.
Yes.
Dex, I know you hated on this movie, but this movie was great.
I didn't hate on it. It's just, I'm friends with the writer of the book or the book, so that was kind of cool. So I was kind of a champion for this movie. It's just it's not made for me. The book itself is for young adults, YA readers. And I'm not a young adult. I'm just an old bitter man.
I'm young at heart. I guess that's why I loved it so much.
I get it. It just wasn't really written for me. That's all. I mean,
oh man, I thought it was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, they just had this thing at San Diego Comic-Con. They had a little a haunted house thing where you could walk through with Friendo the Clown.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's some cool stuff at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'm really I was there last year, and it's every time it comes around. For a stretch, I was at San Diego every year for maybe a 7-year stretch. Yeah, and then I just stopped going, and then to go back last year, it's so much fun. Especially that was my first time just going as a fan. Right. And just walking around and getting to enjoy myself. Those seven previous years were just working, getting yelled at by Thomas Jane.
Yeah. The one that I missed, Mark, was when Bill Paxton was at our
yeah.
And I love aliens, Bill Paxton. And unfortunately, after that, he passed. I was I never got to meet him. I was the one time I don't go, you guys get Bill Paxton. It was crazy.
Yeah. Nicholas Gear says, nobody can tell Yoon what to do. He's the Steven Seagal of Haunted Pizza.
Oh my God.
Oh, don't. Now.
Let's ask the elephant in the room. Could you take on Popeye or what, man?
No, he's a supernatural.
Yeah, he was.
Yoon don't mess with supernatural. If Popeye was just a regular guy, you got him like that.
He got killed. He got killed twice in the movie. Still came back. I was like, what? Okay.
Sheldon hates fat grandsons. Penguin says, any announcements out of San Diego that people are into? I don't know. I haven't really heard any.
I've been following. There's
what's going on, Dix?
Alien Earth. They had a whole big setup there. They had a crashed spaceship. And what was cool is a lot of things that I saw this year. It was almost they're trying to make it like Halloween Horror Nights. There's all these walkthroughs, kind of scare zones and stuff. So they did that for Alien Earth. They did it for Friendo the Clown, Clown in a Cornfield. And I believe Predator Badlands was the same thing. You walk through, this guy comes out in the Predator outfit and scares you and everything. It looked pretty cool. So there's a lot of cool things popping out of there. So that's in the movie part. I'm not sure about comics and everything else, but
we got Genuine Comics in the house. What's up? He says, hello, friends. Sheldon Martin says, like Venom, but not Venom. Yoon just did a haiku.
By the way, if you guys see Mark S in the chat that just popped in, that's that guy I told you has been like one of my best friends since I was like
nice
7 or 8 or something like that. So
let's welcome another Mark to the community.
Yeah, one more.
Hell yeah.
We don't have enough.
I was telling you earlier, like I grew up like, and we went to this church that had like maybe 150 people or something like that. But just like in that group, it was like my dad was Mark, I was Mark, his dad was Mark, he was Mark. We had another Mark whose son was Mark, and it was like half the church were Marks. It was insane.
Sheldon says you can't stop you, and you can only hope to contain him. Sheldon says TMC will be like Steve Jobs. People don't know what they like until I tell them what they like. Exactly. By the end of this show, you guys are all going to love Popeye's Revenge.
That's a bold claim.
Penguin says Clown and Cornfield, great movie. I agree. I remember after it came out, Penguin in my DMs, man, he was like, Clown and Cornfield, fantastic. I was like, really? Dex didn't like it. He goes, oh, Dex don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he put it in a link. I'm trying to stream it from our like site, but like my Dropbox is so overfull. It keeps asking me to upgrade, and every time I go to upgrade, it's like $120 a year. I'm like, go F yourself. Like, it's not happening. See, Amanda, I can do it. I'm not, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not paying $120 a month for Dropbox.
I'll send you a direct link, man. That way.
Thank you. Or Google Drive or something. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Burn him some DVDs.
Or
maybe a Blu-ray at least. Yeah, right. Jeez.
Hello, welcome, Mark S.
Mark S in the house, man.
Sheldon says, "No way, Yoon could totally karate chop some supernaturals." I'd like to see it.
My forearms.
Maybe if you're talking about hot girls, I'll karate chop some supernaturals.
Here we go. Here's some news coming out of San Diego.
Right, Amanda's listening, right? She's not watching.
Yeah. Oh my God. The John Byrne Elsewhere being published is cool news. I don't know if you guys know about this, but for a while, John Byrne was drawing new X-Men and releasing it on his message board for his fans to read. I guess Marvel acquired those pages, and they're going to release it. It's been ink colored, lettered. It's all done. So brand new John Byrne X-Men for the first time in a long time. Official, because this stuff has been on his message board for years.
It's probably really cool too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it comes out in April of 26. Sheldon says The Marksman. I like it. Maromi says Popeye versus Recyclops, the Revenging. What?
There you go.
Wow.
I would watch it.
Penguin says it will be on Shudder Friday, August 8th. Is that Clown in a Cornfield? It's a Shudder movie. Yeah,
most likely.
Maromi says official published. Yeah, that Byrne story is going to be officially published. Sheldon says, I hate Dropbox. They did an update and I lost 3.5 pages of sequentials. Not ever used them again.
I feel you, Sheldon. I feel you. But
I feel like if you do the shared folders, they shouldn't it shouldn't count as yours. If it's a shared folder, it should be based on the host.
Not the
So if somebody's so like if you or Mark are like hosting it and you guys pay for Dropbox, you get like all those tons of terabytes, and like they give us like 500. It's like nothing. So like I went on there just to watch one of the videos. I had to like move all the stuff from Squirt like onto my computer because like I still had all my Squirt stuff on there.
Right. Speaking of real quick of Clown in the Cornfield, they already greenlit the second one, so they're already
that's awesome.
Full steam ahead. I mean, there's multiple books.
It's gonna be Clown and a Corn Dog.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Me and the family, we went up to Hershey Park, Mark.
Oh, nice.
Passed through all the
all
the farms, and we saw all these cornfields. And I was telling Kim the whole time, I said, "You see any clowns? Any clowns out there in the cornfield?" Don't want to like spoil anything, but
Penguin giving us the right info. Marvel didn't acquire it. He licensed X-Men and is putting it out through Abrams, exactly like Alex Ross did with his original Fantastic Four graphic novel.
So he
Penguin is like Grok or like community notes on like Twitter.
Yeah.
Like when we say something, he's just automatically there to correct us.
Yeah, who needs that? We got Penguin, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Grok's on a roll today over on Twitter. I don't know if anyone follows, but Grok is
it's funny.
getting involved in
I try to not follow super Nazis.
Nicholas Gear says he did 30 plus issues and Marvel is going to publish them. Well, Abrams is going to publish them. They are a direct continuation from when he left the book. Incredible.
Who's
I liked his run too.
Publishing company? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not that familiar with him. So
that's great news. The only thing I really followed is like the wrestling action figure news. So I don't really have anything big to share except major collector. They got the license for AEW. They're going to make big rubber guys of AEW wrestlers. So like the old LJN guys.
Yeah.
1 second.
And Mattel countered that by acquiring LJN, and they're putting out WWE LJN figures.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Any of the Hulkster? Do you know? Poor Hulk.
Oh yeah, big news. The most famous wrestler of all time, Hulk Hogan, passed away. He started my. I became a wrestling fan right around the time he beat the Iron Sheik and became the world champion. His feud with Roddy Piper is what really cemented my fandom in wrestling. Of course, I was all about Roddy Piper. And that their feud, the war to settle the score with MTV involved, Cyndi Lauper involved.
I was all about thunder, thunder in paradise.
Yeah, Thunder in Paradise. You know, his show after he left WWE. What an incredible career. It's crazy because I feel like what are you laughing at?
Bittner's right.
Amanda, turn it off.
Man. I feel like the last year, like business-wise, things were going really well for him. He had that Hulk Hogan's All-American or Real American beer, which was doing really well. He has a sports bar opening up across the street from Madison Square Garden. He was in the works to buy.
Yeah,
it's open.
He said they were still going to open it.
Yeah, he was in the works to purchase Hooters and make it Hulk Hogan's Real American Hooters. And
I just don't like how like everyone always takes the opportunity once somebody dies to just start shitting all over them. Yeah, like it's just like people say things that like you shouldn't say, and people are not perfect human beings. And like I love how his daughter is taking the time to come out and trash him and stuff like that. And I'm just like, come on, like.
That's probably just for clicks and stuff. You know?
What a crazy dysfunctional family. Like Hogan knows best. They seemed like a pretty tight family.
Well, they were doing it to Ozzy too. Like people, I saw girls online being like, "Well, Ozzy was abusive to Sharon, so I'm glad he's dead." And I'm just like, bro, the guy was trying to literally hold out until his daughter got married and like had a doctor appointment to end himself. Like after that, and he just couldn't. He didn't make it to it, and it's like. People have different lives. Like it's no matter what our political affiliations or our viewpoints on life, we can't like speak ill of the dead. In my opinion, they're already gone.
Did you ever meet Hogan, Mark? Anybody in the chat ever meet like Hulk Hogan or?
No, I never met Hulk Hogan.
Your closest thing, Mark, was I don't know if you guys remember like the Spectrum on. You know, when it was WWF.
Yeah.
And I remember me and my friend sucker ass Mick went to the show. And I just knew, after a while, you can follow like the scripts, you knew what was going to happen. I forgot who was wrestling. And I just knew Hogan was coming out. So I ran to the aisle, running out. And sure enough, here he comes, man. He comes running out. I stuck my hand out. I grabbed that python. It was the biggest arm I've ever felt in life. And I'm telling you, it was the loudest. I mean, I've been to concerts.
Yeah, no.
the crowd went crazy. I never heard it so loud before.
Yeah. So when I became
an icon,
a wrestling fan, my dad took me to the Spectrum. The first show I went to at the Spectrum, the main event was Hogan versus, I want to say, King Kong Bundy, because I went like back-to-back months, and then the following month I think he main evented against Adrian Adonis.
Right.
But the roar of the crowd for Hulk Hogan is like nothing I ever heard before, and I feel like wrestling would become even bigger in the 90s with the Attitude Era and Hogan leading the NWO over WCW, but nothing compared to that roar of Hogan at his very top. The crowd was nuts.
I agree.
Well, he's one of those people. He's one of those powerhouses that even people like me who didn't like or care about wrestling at all, like you still knew Hulk Hogan. You still like knew Hulkamania. You still like knew all of his gimmicks. That's how big he was. And wasn't he one of the first to actually branch off in entertainment, like other forms of entertainment?
Oh yeah, I mean he did No Holds Barred. He left like at his height. Vince McMahon decided to start making movies with him. Yeah. But that's how he became big. From before Hulkamania, he appeared as Thunderlips in Rocky.
Yeah, he was in Rocky.
Right.
Yeah,
Rocky 3, right? That was Rocky 3.
Yeah,
that was great.
But so
he also appears in an episode of Dragon Ball from like in the early 90s.
Yeah, you 90s, shared that screenshot
Yeah.
with us. That's crazy.
That's how popular he was. A random guy in Japan put him in his comic that turned out to be one of the biggest mangas of all time.
Mark S says Yoon turned off camera so he could throw 6 shots back without judgment.
He just took the whole bottle and just,
It is a Sunday.
Nicholas Gear says Grok said I was the most famous person to visit Rob Liefeld's Twitter account. I don't know about that.
You might be the only one, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Grok might be telling you lies, Nicholas. Penguin says, did you buy the Cold Slither box set of figures? I did not. Mattel put out for GI. No, Hasbro put out a box set of Cold Slither. That's Zartan and the Dreadnoks as a like 80s hairband. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, I think there's even a Cold Slither song out too. Nicholas Gear says Hulkamania for life.
Yes.
Sheldon says clicks and scams. Penguin says, I never met him, but a bunch of my friends got to meet him this year because he came to town several times to do appearances at grocery stores for his beer line. Yep.
Awesome.
Nicholas Gear says WrestleMania 18 Hogan versus Rock crowd was crazy and my #1 match of all time.
Yeah.
Mark S says Thunder in Paradise deserved Oscars.
Hell yeah.
Nicholas Gear says Suburban Commando is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I don't care who knows it. Man, I'm waiting for Mattel to they do for WWE they do a Hollywood line, and it's like wrestlers who appeared in movies. So you got like The Rock as the Scorpion King, Roddy Piper from They Live. They did John Cena from Fast and Furious, although it's just like him in a t-shirt and jeans.
It should have been him from Ricky Stenicki.
But yeah, they need
Predator, Mark. The guy in Predator.
Oh, Jesse Ventura.
Oh, yeah, Ventura. Yeah.
So they finally signed Jesse Ventura to a Legends deal. So they released images of a bunch of new Jesse Ventura figures, and one of the figures, it's not a Predator figure, but he's wearing the Predator hat in it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Suburban Commando is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, they need to make a Hulk Hogan Suburban Commando figure. That would be awesome. Yeah. But yeah, what did your cat just walk by? I saw something, or is it a monster?
No, it's
I just saw something moving in the corner, Dex.
Yeah, it's Popeye.
That's a good segue. By the way, 230 people watching on X, YouTube, Facebook. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit notifications. We're here every Sunday talking horror movies. This Sunday, today, we're talking Popeye's Revenge, based on the legendary cartoon character Popeye, the Sailor Man. Went into public domain. There's been 3 horror movies based off him.
They don't waste any time, man.
No. I bet they're already planning their Batman and Superman horror movies in like a few years.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What do you guys think? Haunted Pizza presents Batman. We'll do our own Batman.
Dude, we probably could just do like a horror flick. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It just turns into like Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah.
Sheldon says Ventura also played that one retired fighter from Running Man. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right.
What do you guys think of the new Running Man trailer?
When I first saw it, I was like, because it didn't have the same feeling as the original, with Arnold and stuff. But the more I started hearing about it, I like the director, and I was like, I don't know, I might give it a shot.
I just wish they were their own thing, like in the same universe, and not like Total Recall was the same way. It was totally not Total Recall, but like it was still a decent flick if you didn't like compare the two directly.
Yeah, exactly.
All of those like that. The only one that I think is good is the what's the one with Harrison Ford when he's like fighting the replicants? Oh my god, Blade Runner. Yeah, I thought the new Blade Runner was good. Yeah,
I hear you, man.
Even I like the new RoboCop. I just don't like it as a RoboCop movie.
Yeah.
Also, the Thing prequel was actually really good too, though.
Oh,
we should talk about that sometime. Yeah.
Love it. Yep.
Penguin thought the trailer for the remake was pretty slick. I agree. It looks really fun. My son says, "Oh, we gotta go see that." I was like, "Did you know that there's a movie like 40 years ago?"
Of course he doesn't.
Penguin says, "Yeah, I think the new Total Recall was based more on the book, not trying to be a remake of the original movie."
That's what I keep hearing too.
Nicholas Gear says, "Anyone see Fantastic Four yet? Looks so bad. I think I'm just going to watch Superman again. I'm going to see it right after this show." I can't wait for it. Dex, I know you're usually first one at the theater. Have you gone?
Not for that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for superhero stuff. And the only reason I saw Superman is because my friend Persh from LA came over. And he wanted.
That's the same reason I saw Superman, because Rich came over and he was like, "Well, you got to go see it." And I'm like, "Okay," because I would have just waited for it on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
to be honest.
We have a new short of Yoon talking about his score for Superman. And someone was like, anyone who says Man of Steel is their favorite Superman movie doesn't know Superman or comic books.
Yeah, sure. He's only my favorite superhero of all time, but okay.
Yeah, I did like Man of Steel. I did enjoy.
Yeah, I like Man of Steel better. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Actually, if you look back on my Man of Steel review when it came out, I gave them both a 6.5 out of 10. So I thought they were pretty much equal across the board. I just, like I said, we'll get to it when we talk about this with James Gunn's Superman, but there was just like a few casting things and a few weird things they did with characters like Ultraman that like I absolutely hated, and Hawkgirl. Like there was just some stuff I hated, but like stuff I loved too. So it's a juxtaposition of my emotions.
Right.
Penguin gives it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
That's what I did too, because I gave it a 6.5, but I famously say there are no 10s, so it's a 6.5 out of 9 basically.
Surprisingly well done. No, he's talking about Fantastic Four.
Oh, we'll see.
Moromi says Stephen King must need money. The Long Walk is coming out too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Sheldon Martin says 6.5 out of 6.6. Incredible. What a score, man.
Literally, me and Mark were literally just talking about the movie. He just saw it today, Superman. So like he's blown away by it because Superman's his favorite also. Mm-hmm. So we're having some conversations about it, but I need to give it a couple of subsequent rewatches. But like, I don't know. I feel like my opinion might slightly change a bit the more I like it. But there are some things that I was like almost offended by, like that they did. Yeah.
I saw Together, Mark, that movie Together. I don't know if
I want to see that.
The James Franco.
Dave
Franco. A little screening of that.
Dave
awesome.
Franco, yeah.
Highly recommend that. I think Penguin would like that too. So.
Yeah.
I want to watch that. So that looks really good. Did you see the Hot Ones that him and his wife that's in that movie with him did together? They did one of those Hot Ones face off.
No,
it was like
they're great together though. They're really great.
Oh yeah. I love Dave Franco.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're 45 minutes into the show. I think it's about time. I know the audience, the chat, can't wait for us to start talking about Popeye's Revenge. Let's dive into it.
Well, let me get my 2 cents, Mark.
Yeah, go for it.
Started off pretty good. I like the storyline of them, like I guess obtaining.
Well, it was Nightmare on Elm Street, Dex. That's
I know.
all it was.
She got the house, and they were going to turn it into like a haunted attraction. I thought that was cool. They never really went anywhere with it after that.
No.
You know, you never really see him making it, or you know what I'm saying, like making it into.
Well, I'll say, Dex, that the first part was my favorite because that annoying, like chubby girl that has no business being in a corset that was like air humping the guy. She got killed first, which I loved because I couldn't even understand what she was saying. I needed subtitles for her. Everyone else in the movie was fine, but she's like, I'm like, we're all speaking the same language, right? Like, I don't get it.
An Australian accent, yeah.
But I understood everyone else perfectly fine. But she was just like, so I think because she was mixing in like Valley. She was like a goth girl that spoke Valley with Australian accent. It was horrible. I hated her from the jump. The first word she said, I hated her.
Yeah. Penguin says, got to talk about that crappy, low-budget animated intro.
I was going to bring
I actually kind of thought that was endearing, though. Like,
it was drawn badly. Come on, Mark. I mean,
it was drawn horribly. It was drawn horribly, but I thought like they can get away with it by being like, oh, it's like a child's drawing, and they're talking about a folk tale. Like, so while I did thought that was corny and it's exposition dump that we don't need, which I hate when they talk down to the audience. And it actually ends up telling you like 90% of the movie just in the first opening sequences. But
it's hard as an artist watching that stuff when you're like, I could have done it. I would have done it for free. You know,
I mean, it's hard as an artist reading modern comics in general, Dex. So it's kind of like,
they all need to be Haunted Pizza Productions.
Right, exactly.
Henry says, then the podcast people there that no one realizes is they were brutally murdered or anything.
No,
and no one should.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, these public domain horror movies, they seem like they're paint by numbers, and they all seem to be done in Australia, where they just take a group of 20-somethings, put them out in the woods.
Yeah, it's always
They rent a cabin that has a hot tub in it, and they just start killing. There's really no Popeye lore.
Oh, I loved when the one girl too was like, "Oh, you're supposed to be more mature than that, aren't you supposed to be 17?" And like they look like the Spice Girls, like now, like not even then, like now they look like they're like 47 years old and they've had so much plastic surgery done.
Yeah, they're all working.
Yeah, it's insane.
I did like the juxtaposition of like, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but literally when he would crush people's heads, he would pop the eyes. You know, I didn't know if that was part of the Popeye, you know.
Maybe
Popeye. I didn't even think about that. That's
that kind of vibe.
Very clever, Dex. I actually put it up a point.
I give it a higher score now. That's very clever. Mark S says, maybe unpopular opinion, but I hate these beloved characters hitting public domain. I love horror, but leave my childhood alone. God, I sound grumpy old manish.
I agree. I
also like the idea of public domain, but I feel like at some point the family of the rights holders, like the lineage, should have a right to like buy it back for a cheaper price or something to at least keep it in like the creator's like affiliation. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like when they just dump all that stuff and then you get all the schlock out of it that like literally nobody cares about and everyone will forget about.
Right. Why can't it be like a high budget film? You know what I mean? Like, why is it always like
it totally could
low budget, like bad script? Like, it just, you know,
because as we know, the majority of those kind of movies is licensing and marketing and all that stuff. And you're doing your marketing for yourself if you're saying it's Popeye because it's already an established character.
Well, these smaller filmmakers, this is their chance to get their movie distributed into theaters because it's
money laundering.
It's a known brand.
Right.
It's money laundering. Like it's not like nobody should see this movie. This shouldn't be in Sundance.
Yeah, it's not in the theater. Like, if you see like
hell no,
you know, next to, you know, Fantastic.
You could take the worst commercial horror movie that all of us could agree we've ever seen, and they're usually like 30 times better than all this schlock because like at least it has good cinematography, decent acting, a good soundtrack. It's got like money behind it. Right. But like all these things, it's all like public domain, like free resource, like royalty free music. And it's always like when you're watching a movie, you hear the ADR get cut off like halfway through like a sound effect.
Right.
Just like a bunch of terrible stuff like that. It's like I want to have fun with it, but like,
are we gonna get?
I got halfway through, and I was like, I gotta drink. Like, I can't watch this. It's like this.
We're gonna get to the 1 kill mark. I don't know if we're spoiling or not.
No, go for it.
Like, it always reminds you. Remember the Austin Powers when the guy was in the steamroller?
Yeah,
roll that guy over, and he was like distance. That's what it reminded me of the lawnmower. Like the lawnmower's here, they're over here, and she's just screaming for like 10 minutes before he gets to her. You know,
yeah.
It just reminded me of the Austin Powers scene.
Why are you bringing up lawnmowers, Dex? You know that's a sore topic of today.
Yeah. Sheldon says it's hard as an artist watching it. It's got to be hard as a martial artist watching it too.
Hit him, Yoon. All I kept thinking about was how Yoon would beat up Popeye. That's all I kept thinking.
He would kick my ass, bro. Like you saw what that one buff looking version of Sid from Toy Story got happened to him. Like he was like the buffest guy in the movie.
Right.
Penguin says Sean equals beanie guy.
You know what's funny? He was the best looking guy in the movie too. Yeah. It's hilarious that they were like making fun of him as being like the dork because like he was the best looking guy.
He was like he was always lingering around, you know. Like, whenever the girls were in the hot tub, you see him pop up with like a bottle of wine. You know, he's all.
I mean, we'd probably pop up right above him, like with our beer bottles. Like it's not like we were above that.
Sheldon says Popeye, popped eyes, and Popeyes.
Nice.
Amanda B says you are off the hook. Yoon, be you.
All right.
Sheldon says Amanda's daughter lost interest.
That seems like
We got Corey Barton in the house. What's up, Corey? Your print was unlocked in Writhe and Pain 2 campaign. We hit 20,000. So congratulations. Everyone gets a copy of your print.
Very nice.
Marquez says, then do something original, you know. Look at Terrifier. It was just as low budget as first, but then made original good content. Didn't need to use beloved source material to get noticed.
No.
And it didn't even need time to build up on like a legacy of multiple films either, because I bought those movies right away. Like Terrifier did something so cool where on eBay I see like Terrifier 1 and 2 and 3 like VHS tapes, and I'm like, that is amazing. Yeah, like I almost want to buy one because I still have a VCR. Like I almost want to get one of those, maybe for Terrifier 1 because it's the lowest budget of the three. Funnily enough, Terrifier 4 I bought on like 4K Ultra HD. I mean 3 I bought on 4K Ultra HD because it's got like a cool lenticular cover. So I was like, I gotta have that. But
Marquez is right. I forgot about that. Like I forgot how like low budget that was, and they still, you know, they killed it. So, and
it was scary and it was fun and the kills were great and gory. Right. Yeah, so I mean, like, compare Terrifier, bro. You have a girl being hung upside down, getting like chopped down from her hoo-ha, and like in this movie, you get like a dude jerking off to some girl and he gets like hooked in the nuts. And I'm like, cool, I guess. You know what I mean?
Amanda B says the other guys were better, but he wasn't that icky.
Yeah. Well, everybody looked like a model too. I mean,
they were slimier personality too.
Yeah.
And as Dex said before too, it's probably the director's like friends and stuff. Like you can't pay a lot of money out to people like that. That's how we got Big Back Tour to Georgia in summer camp.
That's right.
Banger says, I was going to say Yoon's in the future. He bought a movie that didn't come out yet.
Yeah. I will be buying it as soon as it comes out. But
Did any of you see Mousetrap, the Mickey Mouse?
I did not.
No.
So one of the things they did, so that's a very low budget movie too. It actually takes place in like in an arcade.
Oh, right.
But they actually used the public domain cartoon in the movie where the guy's watching it. And I think like when it officially becomes public domain, like the spirit of Mickey Mouse leaves the film and possesses him.
That's great. Cool.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
But like what Biddy was saying, what Marquez was saying, it's like I'm going to use my childhood nicknames. I'm sorry. It's something original is what I want to see. Like I'm at this point when you get to like, I don't want to say this age, like I'm super old because I'm only 42. But when you get to like this age, I've seen everything. Like if I see something, I can judge a movie within the first like 5 to 10 minutes now, whether I'm going to like it or not. And it's usually based on like cinematography, acting, music composition, and like original ideas and content. And if like you don't have all four of those, that's I know. Yeah.
Was there music? Honestly, I don't remember.
It was like royalty free, like YouTube background music. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah.
I don't.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Sheldon says the movie was missing hoo-ha chops. Noted.
I'm trying to be contained for Amanda's sister.
That would be something. If we did a haunted pizza horror movie and there's like
Top
a woman
10
hanging
kills.
upside down and Yoon just like hoo-ha chopped her.
Damien might sue us, but you know.
That's great.
The unifier. Oh, there you go. And then after he chops her in half, he sews her back together to make her one of his creatures because he's the unifier.
Oh man, I put her up on my display case, and she's one of my action figures. I like
already
her.
working on a piece now. Yeah,
Sheldon's drawing it right now.
Yeah, Sheldon's already.
Working. I'm gonna be sure Sheldon's gonna make a whole full length comic of like the Yoon character. Like, and I'm here for it. It's gonna be
the universe. Yeah,
he's killing it, man. He's killing it. So.
Sheldon, if you need any ideas for future pieces, I will say this: there's a haunted pizza Christmas album in the works. Yes. So if you want to draw like an album cover, feel free.
Win a Grammy. It's going to win a Grammy, man. So
yeah,
there's some great songs in it.
Yeah.
So this movie. I mean, I think I had. I put it on as something to watch while I fulfilled books. I would say it's like good to pass the time with. But it's not a good movie.
Well, like we were talking about the story too. It's not even that they did old Nightmare on Elm Street. They did new Nightmare on Elm Street, where the parents got all up in arms because like he killed one of the kids, and they burned them in the house with the family, and he came back for revenge. By the way, spoiler: Olive Oil does make an appearance. She's just like a crazy psycho girl that's his sister in this, which comes up with some weird implications.
Yeah, that was
weird. The actual.
Yeah.
So. I just because I know we're getting off because Mark's got to go see the movie. So and that's also one of my second. I don't like fat people and I don't like fake titties. So like you put them both up there, and fat titties also don't count as real titties. By the way, they're fat titties. They're not the same. Sorry, I was just choked on my own.
It's harsh. An album cover, you say? Yeah, get cracking
on
it.
Pizza Christmas album.
Like that.
I can just picture
that corn album cover.
All our faces inside a wreath, especially like the cutest little guy, how he looks so little kid.
Work your magic, Sheldon. Work your magic.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
what was did you have a favorite kill? I mean, some of the kills were okay. I mean, they weren't that bad, were they? I mean,
if I was gonna say my favorite kill, I'd probably say the one where he just like beat the shit out of like the Sid looking character from Toy Story, and then just like shoved his head into the beam that he broke himself.
Piece of wood.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, I guess. But
you know what I hated like the most was supposedly he got chopped up in the mower, and then he just pops up at the end and grabs it. It was like this.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's why I can't do anything. He died in the beginning in a fire, and then he drowned. And then all of a sudden he comes back as a supernatural entity that lives in the fog. So we're ripping off the fog also.
Right.
And then like he gets killed in the end. And then like he comes back like nothing happened. Yeah. But then if you can regenerate like that, why do you still have the burns and scars on your body? Why is he smoking a pipe? Why does he have a sailor tattoo? He died as a little kid. He was like it's so stupid.
Maybe they tattooed him in hell. I don't know.
Why is he even in a sailor suit? Like in the beginning, like it's just a little kid.
I mean, you see those little sailor suits for babies and stuff.
He's not Japanese.
Penguin wants to know if I can explain the whole subplot with the families having to pass down the house or whatever. I don't think I can.
I can.
The creators could. So.
It's easy. They literally tell you at the end. They like say it to you. He just says that like the ghost was representing people, going in people's dreams like Freddy does, and telling them like, this is my legacy, this is my house, like if you guys owe it to me to keep this in my family, so you all need to take this over because you're responsible for my death basically, and it has to stay amongst you. So then one girl got it, she died, it passed on to the other girl, and then she died. So it's all the living survivors of like the parents that attacked the kids.
So you was actually paying attention.
Yeah, good job.
I was, which is I was much to my chagrin, but I did.
Penguin says they made Popeye both Freddy and Jason at the same time.
Yeah.
And the fog. It's like, they're throwing everything. The kitchen sink.
He says he heard it just didn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Like the fact that he's haunting dreams and comes back as a physical person that can actually be physically harmed, but he lives in the fog is just weird.
Yeah.
Like the very first opening scene, he's on camera like running across the back, and they're like, "Oh, what was that?" But it's just like a guy, and he's goofy as hell looking too. He's just like, and it's not in like a cool way, like Winnie the Pooh is creepy and goofy, or in like Willy's Wonder House or whatever when like he's fighting all the animatronics. That's creepy and cool. He just looks like a goofball. Like I'd almost be more scared of the guy from what was the movie that we just watched where like the guy was like terrorizing the deaf woman. It's almost like he was more terrifying, I guess.
Dude,
and I like the idea of the anchor doubling as like kind of like an axe / like grappling hook. That was kind of cool, but he didn't really do much with it. Like,
So I'm not sure about that Shiver Me Timbers movie, but I think Popeye the Slayer is Popeye fighting kaijus. So that'd be pretty badass, I think.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Also, Amanda saying why the daughter is involved. It's because when they were kids, his daughter was the only one that wanted to play with him on the playground when he was getting constantly bullied for like his arms. So he thought he felt true love from her. That's why he didn't want to hurt her, and that's why he was crying out to her like Rocky to Adrian at the end of like Rocky.
Did Yoon write this script? Like he knows more about it than
I know.
It's the ones that I don't like that I take so many mental notes on Dex. It just like burns into my brain.
Good for you, Yoon. Good for you, man.
So I would say it's thumbs down all around for Popeye's Revenge.
You know, I was watching it and my wife came by and she was like, "Oh, how's the movie?" And I was just like shaking my head. Yeah, I give it a
The one funny part though, remember in the beginning with the girl that I hated, you know that they were filming this on multiple camera rigs, right?
Oh yeah.
So like because she was air humping where she's not even, she's still in her underwear and she's not even touching the guy. But then later they show a scene where she's supposed to be riding him. So I'm like, you know that they were filming the same scene and she's supposed to act like she's riding him. But it looks so goofy because all you see is her like not even touching him, just like air humping him. And it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's almost like they forgot to edit that part, you know? Like,
By the way, guys, 314 people watching on X, YouTube, Facebook. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit notifications. We're here every Sunday talking horror movies. We just reviewed Popeye's Revenge, much to the chagrin of the chat. Next week, we're going to be talking. I don't know. Dex gave me two choices. I don't know what we should go with.
One is scary. One is scary, Mark, and the other one's kind of like a comedy horror. But
I would go with The Autopsy of Jane Doe because it's freakier. Like I just watched it last week, but I'll watch it again. Like I like that movie.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. I got the trailer all queued up. Let's watch it. This is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Good actors in it too.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
You're in for a treat, Mark.
This is not what I was expecting. Can I see one?
No.
What's that for?
Make sure he's dead. Sure. Wow.
No ID. No fingerprints in the system.
For now, she's a Jane Doe.
He needs my help right now. 11 o'clock, I'm all yours. Subject is in her mid to late 20s. Hair brown.
Black blood warning now.
Eyes gray.
What happened to you?
First, they bound her. Then they ripped out her tongue, poisoned her, paralyzed her, forced her to swallow the cloth. What is that?
Dad?
No one could see what we have seen.
Wow.
The trailer doesn't do it justice. It's way creepier than that. Yeah. That's like a blockbustery trailer. Like it's way creepier and like atmospheric than that. Yeah.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's good.
Penguin says, I trust Dexter Weeks.
Yes.
You says Dex is always on point, a true horror fan. Okay, stop glazing him, guys.
I love it.
Popeye's Revenge, not bad either, guys. Come on. I make good picks sometimes. Look, if all the movies were good, they wouldn't be worth reviewing.
Sure.
You like those like schlocky films, so that's like you just want to share your love of schlock with us.
Childlike wonder.
Yeah,
he stole all my childlike wonder.
Mark says, can you guys touch on some upcoming possible public domain characters that you would like to see in horror? Even though I hate the idea, it would be interesting to think of some. I mean, I would say like a Superman horror movie would be cool, but it's already been done. And James Gunn did it, right?
Yeah.
Brightburn.
Yeah, that's right.
Batman horror movie would be pretty cool as well.
They got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Big budget though.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
You know, I think if it's they got the budget, the script, it could really work. It really could.
What's your thoughts on Dex? I mean, as a creator, say Coney Ways hits public domain. How do you feel about that?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that's one that everyone's sleeping on. I just wish more people got.
Yeah, but we'd be dead, Dex.
I just think that I think that would be a huge hit. I really do.
No, but here's the thing: is like so it goes public domain, right? So maybe they can't use what's in like issue 2 or the graphic novel. They can only use what's in like the first issue. So, but they do it horribly because they film in Australia and they hire a bunch of 5s and 4s that are in their 50s to portray teenagers and Coney. Like that's what you know what I mean? That's not.
And then we're doomed. We're doomed.
It's no longer Coney Waves at that point. It's like Coney.
Maybe it'll bring people back to the source material, right, Dex?
No, that's for sure.
I mean, is anyone really going back to watch the old Hanna-Barbera, or not? It wasn't Hanna-Barbera. The old comic strips of Popeye after this? I doubt it.
That's true. I don't think it's.
Penguin says movie's also on Showtime right now.
Oh, cool.
Conan, the Barbarian, is that public domain or coming soon? Yeah.
Maybe the comic, because like that is pretty old.
Yeah, we're talking Brightburn. That's the James Gunn Superman movie. That's really good.
That was great. Yeah.
It's 100 years, right? 100 years is the cutoff point for going back in the public domain.
Yeah, I believe so.
Sheldon says, haha, childlike wonder. Like, I wonder why he chose this movie. Penguin says they are doing a Clayface body horror movie now. Yep.
That's true. Yep.
Cool.
Official DC Warner Brothers production. Yep. How many issues of Gun Goth do you guys plan on putting out? As long as they're successful, we'll keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
Or we all turn on each other and hate each other, right?
Until then,
we're not those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
We stay away from all that.
Yeah,
we've been friends too long for that to ever actually happen. Like whatever was going to happen in the past already happened. We already had our arguments and stuff. It's over. We're like a married couple now. We've been together for so long.
Are we allowed to talk about that other thing, Mark? You were asking you to do or put out, or the squirt book, whatever.
Oh yeah, I think maybe we'll for the second campaign we'll add a re-release of Squirt with a new cover. Since that's like the first time we worked together, even though we knew each other, like for a long time before that. Yeah.
But wasn't you saying you wanted to redo it or something? Or are you going to remaster it or what?
It's only because I'm not going to say like anything about the art here when people can buy the book, but I think I could do better in the art department based on just like how I've grown since then. But
yeah, absolutely.
I love that character. I thought that character and those ideas were awesome. It was the best of all of our like Super Sentai / Guyver / like all cool stuff. So I was totally into it.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun writing it. Can you
imagine a Squirt figure or like a Mark II Squirt with Sean figure?
Oh
my
God,
that'd be awesome. Those would be boss.
Sheldon says, since PTP is making the action figures and then putting them in toy stores, are you guys going to make Gun Goth toys? So the sculptor the sculptor who's doing the U.S. Assassin and American Ninja X, he hit me up and he was like, "We need to make a Gun Goth figure." So we got to get U.S. Assassin made first. But yeah, eventually I would love to do a Gun Goth figure.
Are those figures? They're to scale with GI Joe figures, though, right? Or are they Legends size?
Well, the Legends are the same 6 inches.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Nicholas says, when y'all turn on each other, Creepy Calzone will be there to buy up the rights to Gun Goth.
He's just lingering around, like
the Cranberries.
Or like
Mark S says, just want to say, first time watching you guys live. Great stuff. Keep doing this.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, Mark S.
Thanks for sending. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. We're here every Sunday, and then Wednesdays we're here at 7 p.m. talking comics and pop culture. I think we're going to talk Superman this Wednesday now that everyone's seen it.
I think we have to.
Right? Even though you've given his review of it and his rating score.
No, trust me, I haven't. I haven't touched on.
Okay.
Yeah,
guys, you're in for a treat this Wednesday. Amanda, I would suggest maybe not let your daughter listen.
True that.
Dexter Weeks, where can people find you at?
Yeah, man, I'm on Instagram, DexterWeeks6975, on X, Dexter_art, and Dexter Weeks on Facebook. I'm in the middle of working on the Beast of Blood second series, so it's coming along. I don't know if I was telling you, Mark. Some of the pages are so ridiculous. I don't even know if I could show them. Like
more boobs, more blood. That should be the tagline.
Exactly. Yeah,
I need to draw for that, Dex. Like I know I did something for your last one, but this I definitely need to do one for this one.
Yeah, man, it's coming along pretty good. So yeah, definitely check.
I didn't know how far I was allowed to go. That's why I went with the bikini and the covering everything. But I think I might need to do an actual Lady Death style. Yeah.
Where can we find you, Mark Yoon?
Oh, Mark Yoon on everything. Here Wednesdays and Sundays, and in the pages of Gun Goth. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. That's it.
And guys, you can find me on X and Instagram at Coney Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. We're here every Sunday talking horror movies, every Wednesday talking comics and pop culture. Just a fulfillment update. I finished finally the Graveyard Shift Volume 5 campaign, just the standard campaign. That's all done. U.S. Assassin Indiegogo campaign is done. I have a few packages left for the U.S. Assassin Fund My Comic campaign, and then I'm going to dive into the Graveyard Shift Volume 5 variant campaign. Thank you for your patience. My holiday hours have been extended at my day job, so it's taken a while. And these orders, like these packages, weigh like 5 pounds because there's so many books in each order. So thank you for your patience. Mark.
You're only one man.
and then I will start up Gun Goth fulfillment because book's all done. Enrico, before he left for London, thank you, Enrico. He finished all the inside credit pages and stuff, so I can send that off to the printer now. So
cool. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Amanda B says, just a few. I must be in that group. Yep. What about the Fund My Comic campaign? What Fund My Comic campaign?
Oh, because originally we said we were going to do all three, but yeah, Sheldon, we tapped out of that quite early. We ended up just going Indiegogo and Kickstarter. We didn't want to separate or spread everyone out too much.
Nicholas Gear said, must have saved my U.S. Assassin 4 for last. I did, actually.
No, it's on Dex's fence post. Yeah. It'll be there eventually.
Just blew away.
You gotta wait for the warm winds to pick it back up.
Yeah, I am waiting on those sketches from Mike. They're all drawn. He needs to send them to me. I'll send him a reminder. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday. I'm off to watch Fantastic Four. Hope I love it. I think I will. I have childlike wonder. Of course I'm going to like it.
Talk about it on Wednesday. So.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.